Hello everyone, I'm Sara and today I'm going to be showing you how I do my natural makeup look as a professional makeup artist. Now before we start, I do want to say this is not a no makeup look. It is going to be noticeable that I'm wearing some makeup, but I want to make it natural, very subtle, just make it feel like natural beauty, but you will be able to see that I'm wearing makeup. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. Well, first things first, let's get the hair out. Now before we start, we have to prepare our skin. I would definitely recommend cleaning your skin with the usual cleanser that you use and then putting some moisturizer before you put any other makeup. Once we've done that, we're going to start with a primer. So we're going to put a little bit, it doesn't have to be too much, but we're going to put a little bit mostly on the T-zone, okay? And a little bit on your tips. This will definitely help reduce your pores, any bumps you have, and just make your skin look flawless and very soft, ready for your foundation. Now we're going to take the concealer brush, which is not too fluffy, it's very flat on the sides, and that way we will be able to put it all under our eye just to cover our eye bags, because who wants to see that I haven't slept? So we're going to put some concealer in the inner corner of our eye, okay? And then we're going to blend it all over here. So all these eye bag, huge eye bag by the way, disappears. So we're going to do the same thing with the other eye. We're going to bring it this way to cover it all up. And once we have that, we're going to blend that out. Now, best way for me is with my finger. That way it's going to warm the product and it will blend way better than the brushes. Just like that. For the foundation, I do like to use this brush, okay? It is quite thick, round, and has a flat surface. That way it's gonna let me do my foundation way quicker because it is quite big. But this one has bigger and smaller hairs, okay? That way it's gonna let me blend the foundation together and not put all the product. So the product will be blended and that way it would look way more natural. So we're gonna take a little bit, okay? We don't want to do too much foundation. We don't want to do it too dramatic because we're trying to achieve a natural makeup look. So we're gonna start by this side. And we're gonna do small touches, always trying to blend the makeup to our skin. I'd say it is quite important that you do pick a base foundation that is your skin color, okay? We don't want an orange face, we don't want way darker face than our skin looks like. We don't want our skin to look completely different than the rest of the body. So if you don't know if that's the right one for you, you can try just a little bit on the side, try blending it together, and if you can see, it's probably not the best one for you. But if it does melt and camouflage with your skin, that's the right one for you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of the foundation on our eyelids too, okay? That way the eyeshadow is going to stay for longer and it will allow us to blend it all together. Now for this I'm using the same brush that I use for my whole face. If you see that it's too big or you can't do it, you can grab a smaller one so it's easier to blend it all together. Now the foundation that I've been using is this one actually from L'Oreal. I've been trying a lot of different ones, but this one, it's actually not expensive whatsoever and it will last a long time. For the contour, I use another foundation, but I use it like maybe around 2-3 tones darker than my skin looks like. That way, because the products are the same, they will allow me to blend it better and just make it seem more unified. Okay, so for the contour, I'm going to use this angled, very fluffy brush. I don't know if you can see, but this will allow us to blend the contour all together. It's going to allow us to make the shape that we want. Personally, I do it a bit angled. That way it makes a lifting effect on your face. So we're going to take just a little bit. Remember, we're doing a natural makeup look, and we're going to put it right under our cheekbones. So we're going to place it here and we're going to start blending. It is important to blend it very well so we don't get just a big brown line on our cheeks. That looks terrible and it's not natural whatsoever. So we have to try blending it together. It takes some time, but trust me, you should invest it, okay? Invest your time in blending your contour because it will pay off. Now, another thing I want to say is contour will depend on your face shape. Now, personally, I do have a very round face. So what I do is I put the contour like this. That way it lifts my face and it will just make it a bit larger rather than very round. So personally, that's how I do it. Again, it will depend on what shape you have, what shape you want to achieve. So don't worry about that too much. You don't have to do this exactly like I'm doing it. Now we're going to do the other side and we'll be right back. So we've blended both. It does show off a little bit, but again, I'm not trying to make as if I'm not wearing any makeup. I do want to show, but just not too much. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to take another angled brush, again, very fluffy, and we're going to use it for contour my nose. Now the thing is, you don't have to do this. Personally, on myself, I do think it looks better because it makes it look snatched and it will give this, I was gonna say supermodel face like, but I'm not supermodel whatsoever, but I do like how it looks. It does, again, make my face a bit larger, which suits me because of my round, very round face. So what I do is I'm going to take the same foundation that I use for the contour, just with this smaller brush, and I'm going to dip it just a tiny bit. Now what we're going to do is we want to draw a line from the inside, okay, from here all the way down. We're going to do the same on the other side. And then what we're going to do, I do like how it looks when you have a like pointy round tip of the nose. So I'm going to draw, I'm going to put some just a little bit under and just a little bit on top. But again, remember, it's a natural makeup, so we won't put too much and we're going to blend it very well together. Okay, so I finished blending it all and this is how it looks. I do want to make it very subtle again. So I'm not going to put any, I know some influencers do these like putting light concealer now in here, just this part on the tip. I don't want to do it because I don't want to make that much contrast. I just want it to look snad a little bit and just make the structure a little bit more, but I don't want it to be too dramatic. So we're gonna leave it like that for now. I am going to put a little bit more blush because I do like how it looks and because my skin will absorb the blush. So this way I know that I would always keep some blush on my face and it will set it in place. So I'm gonna use this one. It's very pink, but it does give you that look of like younger look, I'd say. I do use another powder brush. It is the same that I used before, but a different one because of course it's different things. So I'm just gonna dip it a little bit and remove all the excess that could have, because in general blushes are very pigmented and we don't want to just mess all this up right now. So we're gonna take all the excess out and then we're gonna put it same place that we did put the cream blush on. Next thing we're gonna do is the eyes. So for the eyes, I usually do a very neutral eyeshadow. I do want to structure a little bit the eyes with some browns, and I will give it just a little bit of light with some highlighter, with just some shiny eyeshadows. Again, I'm gonna use colors that are a bit nudes, that are not too dark for my skin tone. So personally, I do have this palette, this eyeshadow palette. It is from Revolution and it has all the browns and all the colors that you need to just make the best structure of the eye very natural. So this is the one that I use every single time. Now we're gonna start grabbing this brush. It is almost exactly the same as the concealer brush, but this one's a bit tinier and it is very thin. The tip is very thin, so that way we can just put the product in place and we can move through the eyelid way more comfortable, because the bigger they are, the less comfortable they are. So we're gonna take this one and we're gonna start with some nude brown. This is a brown that we're gonna start with. We don't want to go too dark just now. Again, less is more for now, and we want to start little by little until we get to the top. So when we have it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a V on the corner of our eye. Now for that, we're gonna use our own eyelid. So we're gonna close the eye. We're gonna put all the product on the corner, and then we're gonna keep it here. We're gonna open the eye. Now we're going to move the brush, okay, through our eyelid all the way, and that way it's gonna show us where our eyelid won't show anymore when we open our eyes. We're gonna put a little bit more on the corner. We don't have to go all over here. We don't even have to get to the half. We don't even have to get half of the eye. We can just do just a tiny little bit. And we're gonna go from the corner to the inside of the eye. So once we have the corner all done, we can start. So to finish this eyeshadow look, we're gonna do the eyelashes. Now we're not gonna take fake eyelashes, we're not gonna put them on because we want a natural makeup look. But what we are going to do is we're gonna curl the lashes with the lash curler, and we're gonna curl them from the start going all the way to the tip. Eyelashes with mascara are never going to look too bad. They're never gonna look too dramatic as if you put fake eyelashes. So, because we're doing a natural look, but we wanted to show a little bit, we are going to use this mascara. So we're going to go from the root, we're going to make zigzag movements until we get to the tip. It does look a bit more glam, but without it being too dramatic. So, next thing we're gonna do is eyebrows. Personally, I don't do much to my eyebrows because they're already thick and they're very dark. The only thing I do is get a spoolie brush, and I'm just going to go through the eyebrows. Just give us the shape that I want, and that way I can also remove any type of product that is in it. So we're just going to go through it a little bit, same direction that the hair is growing. We're gonna remove any excess that it has. Clean the edges, give us the shape. So now we only have the lips left. But before I do my lips, I do like to set all my makeup in place. And how I do that is with the setting spray. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna put it too close to our face, but we're not gonna put it too far away that the product doesn't even get to our face. And we're gonna spray, I'd say between 3, 4, just so we can keep all the makeup in place. Now, once it's all dry, what I like to do is just add just a very, very little bit of highlighter. This is the one that I use. It does look like a lot, but it looks very natural on my skin. So I'm gonna take this brush, it's the highlighter brush. It is tiny, so I can just get through all the spots that I want without getting it everywhere. And it is very angled, as you can see, which is gonna let us have this movement to just put the highlighter in place. So we're gonna take a little bit, just a little bit, and then we're gonna put it on the top of our tick. Personally, I don't like to have too much highlighter because it can get to look on pictures and camera as if it was sweat. So just the right amount, depends for what situations, and very well done. You can't just go all your face with highlighter. Okay, you have to control it. You just do a very tiny little, very tiny, and then what I do, just put a little bit on the tip of my nose and a little bit on the rest of it. Just very little. So if there's any light coming to me, it will show. Okay, so we are done with our face. We only need our lips left. Now this makeup look, I'm gonna do more brown style. I don't want to make it too dark, but I do want to make it noticeable. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a lip pencil to draw the shape that I want on my lips. Now I know my lips have the arc of now I know my now I do have the arc of Cupid quite seeingful. You can see it quite easily, but I am going to go for more of a round lips type. It is very on trend right now. It does make lips look full, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the bottom, then do all the outside, and then we're gonna go to the top one. Once we have that, I do like to fill a little bit of my lips, not all the way, but the corners, and then bottom lip, this part, top part, the top. So the inside of the lips is what's only going to not have this lip pencil. So doing this with the lip pencil is gonna allow us to keep our lipstick on for longer. It will stay more time, and you have to find how you want your lips to be. You have to find the shape. All we need to do right now is fill it in with some lipstick. Now for that, I do have this palette of lipsticks that I created using a bunch of them because it does take less space. So, because I have it like this, I'm going to take a lip brush. Now, what does it have, this brush? It's not fluffy because we don't want it to be too fluffy and then it just goes everywhere. We want to control the lipstick that we put in. So that's why it is very tiny as well. We're gonna take this brown right here, and then we're gonna apply most of it in the center of the lips where we didn't put the lip liner. Now this is gonna give us more volume to the lips because now we have a light spot into them over a dark spot. So this way it's gonna make them pop. If we do want to give them even more volume, we can add a little bit of a darker color around what we just did. In this case, we're gonna add a little bit of this one, and then we're gonna blend them all very well together. So for that, we're gonna take another lip brush, same as the other one, and we're gonna apply the darker lipstick on the center of our lips. Now that is the full finish makeup look. This is how I do my natural makeup look. Again, you don't have to do it exactly the same. Everyone can have their own ways of doing it. It doesn't mean it's wrong. I just wanted to share how I do it as a professional makeup artist and then give you some tips that may be helpful for you. So overall, we did achieve a very natural makeup look, but you still can see that I'm wearing some makeup, but it's nothing too dramatic. It's just more of like popping what you know that you should pop, what you know that you should pay more attention to, just to give it a bit more, that focus, that attention over it. So that's it for this natural makeup look. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Again, click the bell button so you get notified every time I post a video and you don't miss any single makeup tip that may be really helpful for you. If you did like it, again, you can tell me what you like the best in the comment section, or something that you didn't know about and was helpful for you. If you do have any suggestions of videos that I should make, makeup that I should try, or how to do different things, you can also put it in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you, all of you. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!